next up, the Dallas Stars.
Yep.
Who did you pick for the ad?
I picked Glenn Gulutzan.
Glenn Gulutzan? Really?
Yep. I think he was a pretty good assistant coach for the Oilers. I like getting new fresh blood in there. I think Pete DeBoer lost the locker room. So like you had to make a change. I think this was an interesting guy that could help them out. He ran the Oilers special teams, I want to say. I think he was their power play guy. And they had a really good power play. Obviously they have great players that helps with that, but like, he's showed himself to be a pretty solid coach. So I think he'll be an interesting ad for them. I think this is going to be the biggest game changer for me. That they needed some kind of shakeup, right? With how they've kind of hit a wall in the playoffs. So I think that's the kind of team that you want to see make some kind of coaching change.
I'm not confident in Glenn Gulutzan. He was not good the first time as a Dallas coach.
Sure.
He was not good as Calgary's head coach. But he's been a good assistant. So is he one of those guys that's just like a really great assistant and never should be a head coach, or is he a guy who maybe learned some things in his journey and is ready now? We'll see. My ad was Foxa, bringing him back. Good center depth, should help the PK. Obviously familiar with Dallas. Who'd you have for their loss?
I put Dadonov.
Same. Bottom six players that can score 20 goals. I mean, that's what every contender wants, right?
I think Marchment was technically the bigger loss in terms of like on ice value, but I understood why they lost Marchment because they needed to shed some salary and he was making much more, right? So that at least made sense. But losing Dadonov for basically nothing and not even matching the $1 million that he's making, like
1 year, $1 million, like
you couldn't do that.
Crazy.
I think that's crazy. I feel a lot worse about their bottom six depth. Like you said, those kind of goal scorers do not grow on trees. The guys that can play good bottom 6 minutes and score 20 goals, like come on.
Yeah, for $1 million, every contender would jump on an opportunity to spend $1 million on 20 goals.
Yeah,
in the bottom six.
That's really good.
Except for Dallas, apparently, and their whole fits in with that. For me, is middle six wingers.
Oh, I actually put defense depth. I'm not a believer in Bush, and I'm not a believer in their bottom pairing. I think it's two young guys that haven't really shown it, and you need those good minutes from them. So I think they'll probably land on something. But if they have any kind of injuries this year too, I think their defense depth is just not there to cover for that.
I like Bichelle a lot. Bush shouldn't be on a second pair. And Lundqvist, who knows what he is with his injuries and his inconsistencies. For me, just with the middle six wingers, it's like Jamie Benn now looking at second line, Oscar Beck on your third line. Like, those guys are playing a line too high. And especially if Robertson gets hurt or if they actually trade him. Sagan's going to get hurt on the other side.
Bork is a question mark. They're hanging on by an edge